Alright boys, what's up YouTube? This is Void of Dusk Gaming again on this evening, and I am bringing you something that you've never seen before. This is legit Gildur. I haven't made a video with Gildur so far, as I have played Gildur as soon as I started my Arena of Valor pro career, whatever that means, and I felt that he has a quite good poke, but I wasn't really feeling his other abilities. And as I started to play more Arena of Valor, I'm like on 5 games by now each day, I just realized how strong Gildur is in terms of he has really powerful control abilities. Like at first I was always nagging about his ult not dealing any damage at all. It's like you are just keeping people into place without doing anything to them. But if you are in a team fight, that ult is so uber strong. People are dying because of your ult, and therefore I started to play Grok. I just picked him up in a rank match, which is quite unusual for me, because usually I do not go with characters I'm not playing that much or I'm not that confident with. But after I played Grok in the... Oh no, it's Gildur! Foo! I'm talking about... Of course this video is showing Gildur and not Grok. Well, never mind. I'm going to keep that in the video just for the comedy aspect and have a little bit of a laugh and humor. This is a legit video about Gildur. Gildur, the golden push, bodybuilding, whatever type of guy you don't wanna meet in a dark back alley. This is the person we are talking about today. And as I said, this is nothing that is really that common for me. Like usually I'm not going into fighting with heroes I'm not experienced with that much, but as I have been picking up Gildur in the Christmas season, like when Winter's Day was up with the Dark Slayer and Ape kind of like clone game for the first time, I played him and we were wrecking the enemy team, as you can see right here on this channel as well. I've uploaded the video a couple of days before, and you just see how strong 5 Gildurs are, and therefore I just thought, like, why not take Gildur to the battlefield and why not try his abilities in a fight like this. And as you can see, I'm not dying here. Gildur has a really solid first 2 minutes. Like I'm doing really well with him, and that's especially because his poke is still godlike. Like the poke that you have with his 2 combined with this awesome slow is like your bread and butter. Don't be fooled here. My internet is just super slow. Did not change with the change of the mobile connector. Like I've got a new company I'm working with right now, but the problem still is it's this house. It's not about the mobility provider. It's just a matter of fact that I cannot change at this particular point. I have to use my mobile data to play a normal game without lacking too much. That's just a problem, but never mind. That's not something that you guys have to deal with. That was just a short period, as I realized quickly what the problem in this game was, so I was able to change it. And as you can see, I am just defending our tower. I'm waiting for the guys to come to us, because it just means that I can poke them. He still stuns me with his ult, but I'm able to get out of the Malak ult here. And as I need some gold, I need some experience points, I am going for the kill steal here. Not something that I'm very proud of, but it doesn't really matter, because I just need to farm up, because I am the only tank. And with Elsu, with Yorn, we've got a lot of squishies, and at this point I don't know how the butterfly will build. I don't know what the Xanath is going to do, And so I just think that I need to go with my ultra power to kill enemies, and you can see that this resulted in a beautiful kill because your 2 is just so strong. Like, I think it's one of the best spells in the game damage wise, and it scales with the entire leveling. So you never ever have the feeling that it is going to be weaker or it is going to be not so strong. And look at that, like, it's so easy to get out of Malok's ult, and I think some other characters, like, we're not talking about Irie here, but some other characters are going to have problems with that because it is just a massive local ult and it deals a ton of damage and it stuns and it knocks up and stuff like that as well. So people need to be prepared. And look at that, like, yes, the ult doesn't do the damage, and I don't know what happened here because I hit him with my 2, but it doesn't really connect, so he doesn't get the damage. But besides that, it's still Gildur time. I'm going in. I'm taking my 1. Yeah, that was unfortunate. The damage did not connect here. I did not hit the Vera here. But doesn't really matter. I'm going with Sonic Boots. Like, usually I'm going with the attack boots because the attack from Gildur is just so strong, because it's not about the strength in terms of raw power, but it's so strong because you have this really nice utility of just pushing enemies back. And what happens is you push them back, and then afterwards you are able to hit with your 2, which makes your 2 just stronger, because you are able to hit your 2 more often. And as you can see, I'm not that experienced with that mechanic, so I'm lacking that, which means I just need to practice a bit more. And I'm going to do that because I really like to play Gildur here. That really was some kind of thing that I highly enjoyed. So I'm going to give him another try, even in ranked games, because I just think his kind of presence, his overall presence, that's what the word that I was looking for, his overall presence in the game, and especially in those 2 versus 2 situations, is just really, really good. And so I can just advise new players to try him, to use him, to play him. And look at that. The Telenas wasn't able to get away because I was able to get her with my 1 and making her an easy target for our butterfly. And that is just securing us a really nice lead after 7 minutes. So we are almost through with half of the game. Look at that, like, usually when people are seeing that sign, like the Batman sign, they're like super crazy afraid of Batman and like, oh my god, I need to get out here, which makes Batman even better when he is in stealth mode, because that psychological factor is really helping the Batmans, because the squishies will be in the backline, and if you are lucky, they are just running away like a lamb or some other kind of animals, making them an easy target for you to just farm off. Like, the problem that many players have, and the problem with Batman as well, is that Batman is doing pretty well if he is able to get many characters on the one hand, so you cannot group too much, and the other problem is you cannot really be that far away from your team members, because that's what makes Batman strong. Like, that's where Batman really shines. Single targets which are soloing around somewhere, that's an easy kill for Batman. But nonetheless, Batman is not able to get us here, and as my ult is ready, I am able to secure the double kill. Like, I used my ult because I wanted the Elsa to get the kill, and look at that teamwork, like triple kill madness here with the Gildur, because I just watched what's going to happen, and I saw that the Elsa was quite low, and I was quite low as well, so that was the perfect timing to use my heal. And after I used my heal, I could just finish the tell-off with any further damage being dealt to me, and that is just how capable Gildur is in fights. And look at that, I'm even back on full health, like not that much missing, and because I'm constantly poking and I am always in those 1 versus 2 situations. Look at that, and I've got 5 kills. Yeah, to be fair, I am ahead of the here from our demon friend. And the problem that I can't fight him right now is simply because I'm out of mana. That is the problem. Like, otherwise I would have been able to fight him, because as you could have seen, I'm stronger than him. Like, without any problem, I was able to get him down on like almost no health at all, and I was still standing, and I do get some life back because of my skills. Like, that's how tanky Gildur can be. And look at my build. Like, I'm not even tanky at all, because I'm using the Phoenix Thea upgrade, I'm using the Diadem, I am using I'm using the Baron, so this is going to give me at least some armor, but it's not like a full tank build. So you are still able to maintain damage and to maintain a good thing on the battlefield while still being able to tank stuff away, and you are still doing damage. And that's what this is all about. Like, you are supposed to be the one who baits the enemy, to soaks up the damage, and you are also the one initiating the fights, because your crowd control abilities are just freaking awesome. Like, this is how good I would rate Gildur. And now, sitting at level 11, I am not afraid of anyone from the enemy team sitting here, and we are not in like the best position. And this is where I really made I was close of making the mistake to fight the Vera, and this is basically what's going to kill me. But look at that onslaught. Like, that wasn't a pro play, but that was some kind of outplay. Like, she almost had me, and then she was too self-confident, and she was walking way towards me, and that cost her her life. So she should have used her range to just kill me down, like tear me apart from range, instead of walking into my melee range. And yeah, poor Vera, we will always remember her. And with that being said, I'm able to almost push a single tower all by myself. Like, that is while the whole enemy team is just doing stuff. And at this point I was like, yeah, what item should I take? And I choose the medallion because of one simple thing. I wanted the cooldown reduction, because if Gildur is able to spam his 2 even more often, and if you're able to use your ult even more often, what does that make you? That makes you even more dangerous. So therefore I was using the cooldown reduction to get like full cooldown reduction. And yeah, that was the decision behind that build. Like, what I need to do is basically just calculate if the cooldown reduction that I get from my Arcana and the cooldown reduction that I got from the item so far is really making the medallion worth picking. I don't know about that. Like, that's just the thought that I had while I was playing the game. So don't take that for granted. I have to do the maths, but at this point, I don't know yet. Like, eventually I'm gonna talk about that in another video. So I'm going to have another video ready. But yeah, you will see how this is going to turn out, because at the moment we are pretty lucky. We are in a super decent position to win the game, and of course we do win the game in the end. No spoiler alert here, as this should be quite clear. Otherwise I would have said and mentioned it. This is not one of the never give up videos. This is one of the Wow, that Dark Slayer really is work. Like, that was so much work for me here because, yes, I'm doing damage to enemies and I can poke them a lot, but I don't even have mana at the end anymore. Like, that was like the last bit of mana I had. And now I have to get away and use my dragon. And I almost killed Kali here with my 2. This is just how good he is. And from the position that they tried, or that they thought they would have an easy target with Gildur being alone at the Dark Slayer, we basically turned the whole fight into a big massacre. 3 of the enemies are dead. Telenas and Batman are not really a match for our team. So I'm calling my team to rally because I just see that we are losing this here. But as I was able to just put them both into their tracks and I locked them down with my ult, I'm able to get the help from the Xana's, and with the Xana's help I'm able to ace them and win us this game, as you will see in short. Another ult, another miss 2. That's definitely something that I need to work on. Another miss 2 here, but nonetheless, this is the game, and that is how good Gildur is. Like, I really like Gildur, and right now I even have the problem that I've got those many good tanks, and I like to play tank, I like to play the support tank, that I have problems of who should I choose. That's life. That's how sad my life is. I have the problem that I don't know how to choose or who to choose in what match. Jon's overall MVP. Here you see the scoring. I'm quite good with 11-9. Show you the details, and as you check the details, I'm just going to say thank you for watching. This was Void of Dust Gaming. I'd love if you subscribe and leave a like, and see you soon.